Hello, Nomad Sculpt, and this video is a workflow video about how to create such chains. So maybe such a chain here, or such a chain with single chain links. And it also works for such chains such as a bike chain. So yeah, okay. So here is Nomad Sculpt, and this is an example. And yeah, for this workflow, I don't use a curve repeater. So this is not made with a repeater. It's made with a tube. So I show you the workflow. So first, I delete here everything and make a plain scene. So we need textures for this. So I add a plane primitive. Okay. And I'm using the gizmo tool and the snapping here, and I rotate the plane in the front view. So this is the front side, this is okay. I'm using PBR, so we can see here backside, front side, it's okay. And then I'm using here the instance option here and press instance. And I'm using here the snapping. So I press on snapping and I'm typing in a value, and this is 0.5. So now I'm moving the second plane in this direction and I rotate it 90 degrees. So, and I also rotate it 180 degrees in this direction. So here is the blue direction and here is the blue direction. So, okay. And the planes we need to paint a texture. So I press here validate. And now I set the symmetry. So here we need the local symmetry and we need X and Z. So here you see the blue direction and the red. And now I increase the poly count. So we need a little bit more poly count. So I use multi-resolution and subdivide the mesh. So I use linear subdivision and subdivide once. Or maybe twice. So about 70,000 vertices. And now we use the mask tool. So I press here mask and I make the radius a little bit smaller. So I still, sorry. So you see here now when I'm painting, you see here the chain links. This is the distance between the chain links, so half distance. So, and you see here the overlapping here. So now I'm using unmasking and I unmask here this one. So now you see here the chain link looks like this. And yeah, you can create a chain link with such a bridge or something in the middle, maybe like this. And unmasking was too much. Oh, I need a smaller radius, so I hope you get it. So you can play around with it, which chain you want. So maybe here a small dent here, or so this is fine. And when, sorry, so when we use it as a texture, it might happen that we stretch it a little bit. So because yeah, the texture on the tube is a little bit stretched. Okay, so you see it later. Okay, so now we have to paint it. So here use a black, so opacity and roughness here, and paint all. So now we can clear the mask. And now we bake the texture. So we need the misc menu, and here in the baking section you can select the color slot and bake here. 512 is okay from itself. So now you see here we got our texture. So this is our image we need for the tube. Okay. So I hide now the two parts here, and I add a sphere maybe. So now let's use the tube tool. So this becomes our chain. Here it looks okay, so it's okay. And then I turn snapping off. You get the idea. Okay. Now I change the profile. So I press profile and I'm opening the profile editor. And here you see the option for a closed profile or open profile. So we need a open profile. So now place the nodes here like this. And you see here now, so here is the back side, here is the front side, and this is our tube. And now we place our texture. So here's the opacity slot, and I use the files here. And on my iPad here you find it in Nomad, and you see here TMP sessions, this folder here. So there are your textures here, textures. And this is the texture from today. So I choose this one. So, and now we have to change the scaling. So here change the scaling to maybe type in here a value without comma, so 37, so like this here. And I'm checking here the density. Oh, sorry. on the wrong mesh. So you see here the grid, and we need a little bit more resolution, so I change here the X division. So something here like this. And now we need the other chains. So I select the tube and I clone it. So I make a clone of the tube. And so we have to use now the twist option. And here type on the twist node. Sorry. Where's my twist? 90 degrees. So, and now you see here a second tube, 90 degrees rotated. And now we need the distance between the two parts. And here you can change here the distance here. So here type in, this is exactly 0.5. Okay. And now we can validate the tubes here. Validate, and validate also this one. So I select this one, and we need here the reprojection, reproject. Here opacity to mask, and then reproject from itself. So now you see the whole thing is masked. And we have to invert the mask. And the opacity map we don't need anymore, so we don't need it. So, and then we press here sharpen to make the mask sharp. And here in the extraction settings for the mask, we can choose a height or a thickness. So maybe like this here. So then press extract. So this tube we don't need anymore. And the same process for the other tube here. Here reprojecting the opacity to mask thing, and press here now reproject from itself, invert, sharpen the mask, and here press extract. And don't forget here to delete here the opacity mask. And now we don't need the other tube also. So now we got two tubes, sorry. And you see here, it looks very nice. And so we can join the two parts here, and then it's possible to use the operations menu. We can smooth it a little bit. So smoothing slider, and maybe a little, so with the inflate tool it looks like this. And a nice thing is again here the quad remesher. So we don't need phase groups for this, and here press 5000 and see what happens. Then we remesh the whole thing. So now we got a nice chain. And it's better than the the curve repeater because it's following the curve exactly, I think. So here at the bottom, when you use move, make sure that you use the connected option, or so then you can move your tube a little bit like you want and play around with it. Okay, so this is one way to create such chains. So the next thing I show you the chain for the bicycle. So here we don't need this texture anymore, and here I press paint all, so it becomes white. So let's use a mask again, and where I'm painting. So I'm painting a little bit of a mask. So, and then I need unmasking. So you see, you get the idea here for the chain link, and I think this is okay. So I press paint all, and I clear the mask. And now I'm baking the texture. So from itself, so now we got this texture here. So now we need our tube. So I put it out of the, I think here sync is active. And I'm also playing a little bit with the tube curve nodes, so that you can see what happens. So I'm activating the profile, this one, closed. So you see the backside color. So you can rotate the whole thing if you like. So then here, this is the front side. Okay. And now I'm placing my texture. Opacity. So this is this one here. So we have to change the scaling. I think this is okay. Here, scaling here, 30 is okay. And yeah, let's check the resolution. I think this is okay. Okay, now back to the planes here. Oh, here are my planes. So I'm masking here now this part here. So I don't see on the black thing here. I'm changing the mask color. Nothing happens. First I have to delete the texture. So here, so we need the cylinders. You can also do this in a painting app. So here you see the second cylinder. So this is a mask color here. I think it's okay. And then we have to paint all, clear the mask, and bake the texture. So now this is our texture. Okay, so we can hide the planes. Back to our tube. Okay, this is tube 1. And then we need a clone of the tube. And here we place the texture. Where? Here. And press open. Wrong. Open files. So this one. Okay. This is okay. And then we need, I rename this as tube. Cylinders. And this one, I create a clone. And then we have to change here the translation to 0.5. Okay. So for the workflow here, I think we start with the cylinders. So here we can validate now the whole thing and reproject from itself, invert the mask and sharpen. And now we can set the height. So maybe not so smooth. Yeah, this is not a perfect cylinder. We have to adjust the mask and so on. But I think it's okay for the moment. So let's extract this. And this one we don't need anymore. And the first tube, we have to change the profile. So here, bring the profile maybe in a position like this here. So you see here now the offset. This is one a little bit too much. This looks okay. And then we can clone the whole thing here. Validate. And reproject the mask. Invert. Sharpen. Change the thickness. So we can make it smooth or not. Maybe like this. Okay, you see how it works. And then press extract. So and then, sorry, we need this tube. Change the profile, 1, 2, 3. Bring it in position. So validate and reproject, invert, sharpen, and here we have to change to negative. So it works in this direction, extract, and then delete the whole thing. And now the next tube. So validate, then reproject, invert, and now we have to use here the plus minus thing, adjust the height a little bit and extract it. So and sorry, I have to check, these are the cylinders and these are the tube chains. So I think we join it and then I use smoothing. So it looks like this here. And now I think I quadri-mesh the whole thing. Let's see what happens. We have to wait a few seconds. Yeah. We are quadri-mesher. And we have to delete the opacity, I think. I don't know if there's a texture on it or not now. So it looks like it's there, but there's no color at the moment. I don't know what happens. So paint. I think this is a paint. Okay, you get the idea how it works, and yeah, maybe you can use it or not. It's just for fun. So let's have fun with sculpting, and ciao.